Welcome to Workshop Topics, Rotary Cleaning Tools. There are many rotary attachments available that fit in either a lathe or a drill chuck, not forgetting purpose-built polishing machines like a bench grinder for instance. However, some of them are not very good at all. Here in the outer part of my workshop is my polishing spindle. I use this a lot, normally with a polishing mop fitted, but I thought I would try one of these. It is a 2-inch wide abrasive wheel that is 8 inches in diameter. It certainly does what it's supposed to do, but it's a bit brutal, a bit too big, a bit too wide. So I bought another one. This is a flapper wheel type and it's 1 inch thick rather than 2 inches thick like the one previously fitted. This works fine on large and small components, but I really need something smaller, like these wonderful things. They're made of the same type of material, similar to Scotch-Brite, which by the way really is excellent stuff, I use it all the time. But now I have the same facility for cleaning small parts in a rotary mode. As I mentioned at the beginning, this part really was very good, but very brutal. My dual-purpose polishing spindle grinder, which by the way is not fitted with a grinding wheel, worked very well with the 2-inch thick wheel and even better with the small wheel, because most of the components I clean up are small. I'm sure I will find a use for the very thick wheel, but for the moment I'm quite happy with the 1-inch thick wheel, which cleans up all the parts I want it to clean up. And all I have to do is unscrew it from the spindle and fit a polishing mop to turn it back into a polishing machine. I'm going to return now to my smaller workshop built onto the house. If, for instance, I wanted to clean up a part like this, it's an old displacement lubricator from a Stuart engine, I would normally use this machine to do it, but fitted with a stainless steel rotary wire brush to get into the corners. But now I'm using one of these type of wheels, and it is far easier to use and far more pleasant to use. It doesn't throw bristles at me all the time, which stick in my clothes and irritate me for days sometimes. Just to save time, I didn't finish off the cleaning operation, but here you get the idea. This is before, and this is after using this green rotary abrasive wheel. I clean up a lot of copper pipe, and here, as an example, is a piece of copper pipe being cleaned. I don't clean aluminium very much, but it cleans that as well. This is a very useful tool with lots of applications. And the thing that I noticed was, as I used it, it didn't diminish in size very much, so it wears well. In my smaller workshop I have this tin. It was bought for me by one of my daughters a couple of years ago for Christmas. And this is what I keep in it. A variety of small rotary tools that fit in my Proxxon Mini-Mott type electric drills. If you watch my videos regularly, you will have seen me using quite a few of these. But it occurs to me there are some that I've never used. For instance, these felt pads that screw onto a miniature polishing spindle. I used one a while ago and it seemed to be okay, but it was only successful when I applied some cutting compound to it. This made the job a little messy, so I don't really like these at all. I think if I wanted to polish anything up, I would use my big polishing spindle in the outer part of the main workshop, fitted with a polishing mop though, not an abrasive wheel. Here's another collection of rotary tools in my man tin. From left to right, small grinders, sanding drums, cutting discs and a flapper wheel. Not forgetting the small diamond cutter that I've just put in the picture. These are very good. This is also very good. It's a special Dremel system to allow you to very quickly attach cutting discs to the drive shaft. Really clever. I bought it as a set and it wasn't cheap, but it's well worth it. Far better than the stuff that you find in the centre aisle of certain supermarkets. Up to a point though, you do get what you pay for. Here's a collection of rotary tools, some of which are not good at all, particularly the nylon ones. I just don't see a function for those. In one of the sets I bought from the centre aisle of a supermarket, it had some of these in it. Self-adhesive sanding discs. And to be honest, I don't find these to be good at all. These, on the other hand, are the stars of the show. I was introduced to these by my friend Andrew, who bought some, and he gave me 3 to try. Here they are. I tried one of them, and then I bought a bag full. I showed this earlier on in the video. And the good news is they are not very expensive, but they really are very good. I bought these via eBay. The different colours denote the different grades. I looked on Google to find out what they were, so if you want to know the different grades, just have a look on Google. I have 3 basic grades: green, red and dark grey, almost black. Although I have found the finish that you get on the metal is relative to how much pressure you apply to the wheel. Normally, to remove paint from parts that I want to polish, I would immerse the part in cellulose thinners or lacquer thinner. In this case I haven't done that, and some of this paint is very stubborn. Here I'm using a brass rotary wire brush to get into the corners. Beware though, if you use these, you definitely need eye protection, as the bristles fly off in all directions. I think this rotary brush is made from nylon or some similar material, but I find it to be no use whatsoever. If I put pressure on it, it starts to melt and it just doesn't do the job. This is another brass rotary tool, and it works okay, but the bristles fly off it frequently. For me it's worse in winter when I wear a fleecy jacket, and that is very irritating, literally. After no time at all though, these type of brushes look like this and they're no good at all, but these stay this shape. I would think they will get smaller over time, but they do the job and they are my current favourite thing to have in the toolbox. That's it for this episode. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.